Okay, sorry, Sachin, you can continue.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start again if you don't mind.
My first point is how to keep away yourself from the negative news.
Okay.
As per the research done by the British psychiatrist Dr. Debe, negative news create anxiety and depression in human mind. Negative news can change the mood of an individual unexpectedly. Many of us have watched Mahabharata. In Mahabharata battle in Kurukshetra, negative news about the death of the Ashwatthama was spread. After hearing this, Dronacharya put down their weapons on the ground, and later he was uh, killed by the uh, Arjuna side warriors. Arjuna
Okay.
side warriors. I am forgetting his name. So sorry for.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So and my second point is listen to the music. Music
Okay.
music decrease the hormone which is beneficial in the decreasing the stress, because the stress causes the 70% of illness or disease in a human body. Stress is the reason for that.
Okay.
In that interview, Sachin Tendulkar told that he used to listen famous singer Adam's music during the entire match day. In last so today I taught you I gave you two strategy. You can follow it, and you can later on you will get a benefit of the strategy. Thank you.
Okay. Clap for him. Okay, friends, everyone, 2 positives, please. Okay, team, 2 positives, everyone. Okay, try to interact. Okay, good start. Took initiative to start first, tried his level best. Okay, nice. Right. So let me talk about the areas to improve first, boss. Okay, right. Good thought process, confident. Yes. Okay, right. Okay, so Sachin, areas to work on first. Okay, in case you forget something in between in your speech. Okay, friends, this is for everyone. Again, the feedback is for everyone. When you forget something on the stage, right, you're not supposed to say I forgot. Okay, Sachin, you're about to say Pandavas, right? Right. So you're supposed to say Pandavas. You didn't remember the word Pandavas. That's totally fine. Okay. So, but you're not supposed to say I'm sorry, I forgot the name. You don't want to say that in the speech on the stage. Okay. So, and I even though tremble but did not stop in there. Correct. Okay, good. Yeah. So good news is Sachin, that though you were hesitant in between, you continued and you finished the entire speech. You didn't stop in between. That's a good news. Even though you forgot, you just apologize to us and you continue from there. Now that's a good part. Okay. Now what strategy did you use in the opening? You can unmute and speak. In the introduction, what speech did you use? What strategy did you use in introduction?
Strategy. Sorry, sir. Repeat, sir.
Introduction. We have 12 strategies, right? Which one did you use? Because I missed the beginning part because
need, sir. There is a need of introduction to be a positive.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, so and conclusion, what strategy did you use?
A conclusion that overview.
Acha, so summary.
Yes, summary.
Okay. Sachin, when you ended it, you said follow these 2 points, it will benefit you.
Yes.
Right, but you when you summarize it, you got to mention the points. So what's the first point of yours?
Keep away yourself from the negative news. And
Right. Keep
second
away from negative news. And point two is
is
listen
listen
to
to
music.
music.
Correct. So you got to say, my dear friend, when you're closing, when you summarize it, you say, so friends, two things we learned today. One, please keep away from the negative news. And two, please listen to music. Once you start following these two, it will impact you positively. Right? So you got to
Yeah.
mention them one more time and then summarize it and then close it. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Now the positive parts about your session is you did the research. You said that the negative news creates depression, and according to the research, and you also mentioned that about the music and 70%. I like the way you added saying that Sachin Tendulkar also listened to music when he's stressed out. So that's nice because our audience will like to listen to such things because he's a repeated person. Right? Overall, good show. Friends, okay, this is for Sachin and for everyone here. Sit here, friends. When you make a speech, remember the flowchart I gave you last week? The introduction, and then the number game, and then for each number we have 3 pots, and then the conclusion. Remember that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So when you make your speech, please make sure all those boxes are filled up from your end, so you know where you lack and where you have done things. Right. So friends, in case some of you have this question, yeah, the skeleton puja, you're right. So in case, friends, for example, pot one is research that you can find data on Google. Pot three is special attractions, right? So we can play video, or you can ask some interactive questions, or you can use a powerful quote, or you can use an activity. Remember, 4 special attractions. You can use any one of them. Now, that's even not a big deal. But the second pot is your personal experiences. In case you don't have a personal experience of yours, you can always quote an experience which you saw. Even, for example, maybe your brother has an experience, or maybe your father had an experience. You didn't have, when I say personal experience, doesn't necessarily be yours. If you have seen in your life, seen something happen to someone, even you can quote that as your personal experience. You can say my father once, and you can go on. Right? So pot two need not necessarily be your personal experience, it can be anybody's for that matter. In case you don't have any personal experience that from your knowledge, then at least pot one, pot three, make sure you fill both of them. The more the pots, the better it is. Right? Good job, Sachin. Thanks for the initiative.
Thank you.
Okay, so a little more practice required, and please follow the skeleton, and it'll be more structured. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sachin. Good job.
Thank you.
Good. Who's the next one? Arun. Yes, Arun, you can unmute and speak. One second, sir, you are on mute, sir.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir, very clear.
Yeah,
And you
so
and actually we can see you finally.
yeah. So this is my first time on the video. Good morning, friends. I'm a practicing chartered accountant. I feel many of you might be far younger than me, but I feel learning happens at any part of your age. So you keep on learning in your career. Okay, so let me start. My topic is how to stay positive on a negative world.
Okay.
Are you able to see this notebook?
So one second, sir. Before we take it forward, you need to let us know 4 things, sir. One is
Okay,
your topic, two is your audience.
okay. So my audience is equal, and some might be students, so below.
Okay.
And
Leading
and the
objective. Do you want to
lead.
educate them, motivate them, or entertain them?
This is how I'm going to educate them on how to come over negative things
Good.
through positivity.
Good. And what is your key message, sir?
Like in this uncertain world, what are the steps that we need to take
Fantastic.
to be successful?
Super. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Arun, sir. On the stage is yours, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, to start with, are you able to see a notebook in which I have written 4 quadrants? If you see the sign positive plus sign, you can see 4 quadrants. So,
Yes, sir.
are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, if you fill the 4 quadrants with VUCA, it is called VUCA: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So this is what is major points in a negative world. And if you see a negative sign, you will see only 2 quadrants, wherein you can fill it with complexity and ambiguity. So what I mean to say is you have less scope when you are negative, but when you are positive, you have a bigger scope. Are you able to understand my intent?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So I'll begin with my speech. So there is a saying that if a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. Martin Luther King. And according to WHO, in the recent COVID pandemic, there were around 6.9 crore of confirmed cases, and there were deaths of 1.5 crore deaths. So these are the negative things which we have witnessed in the recent past. And other point is on the economy. Many economies have started to dwindle, and overall there was a 5.2% contraction in the global GDP in 2020, and also in the per capita income. And most countries are likely to face recession in this year, current year. The economy in US saw a 7.9% decline, and India saw a 9% decline than what was projected. You would have also seen oil prices had declined by 42.5%. Mainly in the month of March, you would have seen news where the oil producing economies, they didn't have people who would buy their oil. Would you agree with me on this point?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. On my personal experience, I have seen some of my friends who had seen a decrement in salary by 40% instead of an increment normally, which happens every year. This many of us would have also seen in our personal life, which is because of the negativity. And also, some of my friends in software, they have lost their jobs. This is a very poor fact, but that is the fact which we will have to digest. So, friends, are you all ready to know what are the steps we need to take in a VUCA world?
Yes.
Yeah. So, in spite of all this, how should we stay positive? Because there is a saying, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And also, there is another saying, only in darkness you can see stars, according to Martin Luther King. So, are you ready for a two magic wand I would like to discuss for a VUCA world, which you can use readily?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And are you ready to get ready for the roller coaster called life, which has got ups and downs?
Sure.
Yeah, if yes, congratulations. So the step one I would like to let you know is you need to upskill and reskill yourself and reinvent yourself. uh, uh, I will elaborate more on this. First thing, you have to take a list of what are your existing skills and give a rating to them. What are strong, what are manageable, and what are weak. So you take an inventory. And next, you identify what part of life you are in your maturity cycle of your career. So this can be your learning, your maturity, or decline stage. And also identify which ones are most wanted and wanted in the next 0 to 5 years and 5 to 10 years. And lastly, think on your own and consult with others and identify where you need to have a training from outside or where you can do a self training. Example, now currently we are all having a chance to undergo a public speaking through Sri Satish, which is actually a very commendable thing from ICA Vijayawada. Because when I cleared CA, I didn't have all these opportunities, even though I had the wish to learn, but I couldn't find these avenues at all. But now younger kids like you will find everything readily available in YouTube. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. And next step is adopt an attitude of self-direction. When you are in your profession, you're always an orphan. No one will help you how to become successful and how to build skills. It is you have to do it on your own through your self efforts and motivation. Do you agree? Example, even if you want to learn Excel or public speaking, it is you should have to put in the effort, not outside person. Example, Satish cannot make us speak how we need to speak. We have to put in lot of efforts. He can guide us what we can do. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. And lastly, one good book which I read on the VUCA was Outsmarting VUCA by Don Gilman. If any of you have a chance, please do read it. And in that book, there's a saying that high will leads to high skill. Okay. And finally, a positive note from me. A positive will. A will here means an intent, and it also means shall. Wipe out negative. A positive will shall wipe out negative. And that's all, friends, from my end. Thank you for patient listening.
Fantastic. Clap for him. Very nice. Friends, everybody, two positives about Arun Sabres. Okay, everyone, please type two positives about Arun sir. Okay, there are so many. Okay. Okay, nice quotes, correct. Good content, strongly agree. Gave us a books list, correct, nice. His quote of great personalities and his practical knowledge, very true. Okay, good advice to CS students, correct, nice. Okay, good. Sir, let me talk about first. Tone is also nice, good knowledge, very true. Okay, good. So, sir, let me just look at the first areas of improvement first, then we'll come into positives, sir. Right? So, areas of improvement, sir. One, so when you're doing a live session, like online session, sir, right? And if you ask us a question, it's natural that, you know, when we as speakers, when we go on the stage, we ask a question and we expect the answer. So when you say, do you agree? And we say yes, and that's normally how it happens in the live sessions. But when it comes to online sessions, sir, because you can't see us, you know, it looks like the awkward silence when you say, do you agree? And nobody responds back to you because we can't speak to you because all of us are mute there. So my request to you, sir, next time you want to ask a question like that, friends, do you agree? Type yes, is what you can say. Right, sir? So that, you know, we all will immediately get back to you on the chat. Okay, sir? Instead of asking, do you agree? And just leaving us blank, you can say, do you agree? Type yes in the chat box, please. And we'll all respond to you, sir. So that way you know that we are responding to you. Okay, secondly, sir, your eye contact, once in a while, your eyes are wandering away from the lens, sir. So please make sure that, you know, you do a little more practice on focusing on the lens. And your entire speech, sir, your hands are invisible to us. We can only see your face, right? So your hands are not visible. So your hand gestures, your body language, we're not able to see it. So next time, sir, when you do the session, we request that you also make sure that your hands are visible to us so that I can see the body language happening. Because hands provide visual support to this audience, right? Okay, good. Okay, 1 second. Are you unmute, sir? Okay. Yeah, you can unmute, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Satish.
Right. Okay, and while closing, sir, okay, the closing you just said, okay, so that's it from my side. Thank you so much. Instead of saying that, you could have actually maybe summarized it, or you can throw as a challenge at us. We talked about 5 strategies of CLOIC. Try to use any one of them, sir. Right?
Sure. I will do.
Because you have so much of good content you gave us. Once if you can summarize it, what happens is it gets more stronger into our minds. That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
okay?
We will re-emphasize that.
Exactly, right.
Yeah,
okay, now the positives, sir. I like the way you started with using the prop, like you used a book, and you know you showed us and VUCA, and then you started. I like the way you started it that way, and I like you with the way you used a quote about Martin Luther King. Okay, very effective. And I like the way you said all the statistics about the World Health Organization, the kind of how many crores of people are affected, how many crores of people are died, and the kind of percentage of per capita income coming down, and the kind of recessions possibility happening, and then the kind of oil or salaries, everything, the whole package of research data you gave to us. And that's very enlightening. So, you know, people really understand that this person is talking not just from his mind, but he's done his homework. That kind of feeling you gave to us, and that's very impressive, sir. And then you said, and then I love the way you took it from there to the 2 steps by saying tough times don't last, but tough people do. Right? So now in tough times, but tough people last, provided you follow 2 magical wand steps. And then you talked about those two, and I love the first one. You said upskill, reskill, and reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And I love the way, friends, and this is something not just for the purpose of public speaking evaluation. It's also nice that you can take home those points and actually start applying them. I like the way he said that you make an inventory of your skills and look at what skills you're strong, what you're manageable, and what are weak, and start working on them.
Yeah.
There's one more quotation I want to add to what he said. I remember this quote when he was talking about the topic. There's a beautiful quote which says, when the fishermen cannot go to the ocean, they work on their nets. You know what it means? I repeat, when the fishermen cannot go to the sea or ocean, they sit and work on their nets. You know what it means? It means that when they cannot go to work, actually, they sit and actually work on their nets, which is skills for us here.
Okay.
But the fisherman net is what brings him the food. For us, the skills bring us the food. So work on your skills. And I really like that point, sir.
Is it like sharpening your saw?
Exactly. Right. You're
Okay,
right.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. And I also like the second point, that you adopt an attitude of self-direction. Very, very impressive. Actually, you said you want to educate us, but you could have actually said leading object is educate and motivate us. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what you did. And I like the way you talked about a book as a value addition. You gave us a book to just go through. And the best quote I liked about what the whole thing you said is, high will leads to high skill. Okay, I really liked it, and I like the positive will, the technique also.
Yeah.
Right.
There,
Overall, sir,
yeah,
good.
there the will word is a pun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. I got it. So overall, sir, great show. Thank you for enlightening the students, and also thank you for following the structure. And that makes friends. Do you agree that when we follow the structure of world-class speakers, it makes more sense for the audience to grasp content? Type yes or no.
And how was my speed this week? How was my speed last?
This is exactly what we require, sir. Good.
Oh, wonderful.
Last time you were a little fast. Okay. Even this time, when you talk about volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, and complexity,
Yeah.
okay, that because we are not aware of it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know how many students sitting there writing notes when you're talking, sir. I do
Okay.
anyways. I do
Understood.
not just because I have to evaluate. I have the
Understood.
habit of taking notes basically.
Understand. I understand.
Friends, I want you to get into this habit, okay? So that you never know from where you learn great lessons. So those things, sir, I request you to repeat one more time when there's very important points. Other than that, your speed is okay today.
Understood. Thank you.
Pooja wants to know the author's name, sir. The book is Outsmarting VUCA by John.
1 minute. I made a note.
Okay.
Don Gilman.
Don Gilman.
Gilman. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Pooja, you heard it? Don Gilman. Okay. Good. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, friends. We have one more person. Who's it? Type me in the chat box, please. Who's the third person? Ajit. Ajit, are you ready? You can unmute, friend. Unmute, and you can start speaking. Hi, Ajit.
Hello, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Okay. Good morning. So, friends, I want you all to actively participate when someone speaks, and please keep typing your answers in the chat when he asks some questions, right? Good. So, Ajit, you can talk about your talk and then talk.
Okay. Today I have chosen the topic importance of goal setting.
Okay.
My audience is equal and above level audience, and leading objective is to motivate them.
Very good.
And the key message is how we should set a goal, and two very simple way to for a goal setting.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ajit. All
Thank you,
yours. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, Google. Importance of goal setting. From Forbes, 5 reasons why goal setting improves your focus. Number one is a goal triggers behavior. Number two, goal guide your focus, and goal sustain momentum. Four is goal align your focus, and five is goal setting promotes self mastery. Uh, you are thinking that what I'm just talking about, Well, these are the Googled that I have Googled that why goal setting is important, and these are the results that I got. Don't worry, I will start elaborating on this five. Rather today, I'm going to share with you uh, two very effective way to set how you can set your goal. Here's by saying the word goal, I am referring to long-term life-changing goals, not that I have to finish this work to watch TV series or movie. No, not like that. Okay, from our births to till our very last breath, uh, we make thousands of goals, and some of their daily goals which we set and achieve on a daily basis, and some of temporary small short-term goals which it's for a very short period of time and doesn't affect our life in very to the very much extent. And the third one is life changing goals, which is very long term goal, and it actually affects in our life in very deep way. So these are the goals which actually keeps us moving forward for a better future, to live a very meaningful life. Before I share with you how to set goals into a very simple and effective way, how many people have that kind of life changing goal, long term goal? You can write me in the chat box. Okay, that's great. Okay, so first step towards the goal setting. Uh, Write down your goals. For example, say Papu Bhaiya sets a goal that he wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be rich, and there is nothing wrong about that. But uh, can he ever be a rich person? No. Why? Why he can never be a rich person? Because he didn't set any target, any specific amount. Uh, After means achieving which he can say that now I have got rich. Also, he didn't specify any time limit, a specific time. So when we are setting any goal, we should be very specific about that goal. Don't miss any details. And also don't forget to set a time limit. There is a reason behind this concept is that if we are on the road and not sure about what is our destination, then we will end up roaming here and there and reaching nowhere. Okay, various scientific research also shown that people who have very specific or people who are actually very specific about their goals have much higher probability to achieve their goal rather than people who are not specific about their goals. Second step is that plan how you want to achieve it. Plan it. Okay, writing all the details is not enough. You also need to work on how you want to achieve that goal. Have a detailed plan for each and every step. It's actually you need to also visualize it, because when you do this, it actually creates an eagerness within you to achieve that goals. Every time when you complete a step, it's actually gives you a, energy to move forward. It will guide, it will have give you the sense of completion, sense of victory, which will guide you to achieve your ultimate goal. And the ending is, we all are human. uh, Problem and failures is our part of life. One day we may feel that we are at the top of the world, and the very next day we might feel that, uh, oh no, we are in hell. So these all are part and parcel of our life. In times we might feel that we are getting away from the goals, and if we understand this and we start working on that, it's totally fine, nothing to worry about that. Today, what seems blurry, tomorrow it might be very clearly visible. Give it time. Have patience. Have faith in yourself. And don't forget to enjoy this time. In this ultra fast technology driven era, don't let your career oriented financial money making goal drive away from your uh, family, your children, your loved one, because tomorrow you might not get that opportunity to share your thoughts with your parents. Tomorrow you might not get to see your see the childness in your children's again. So enjoy this time. And one thing, you should fall in love with your goal. Thank you, sir.
Good. Okay, everyone. One positive about him, please. Two positives, please. Okay. Good points, good flow with examples. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Ajit, effective research skill from the Google had a positive attitude, clarity, and knowledge. Okay. Easily explained, explained beautifully. Okay. Nice. Okay, good. Okay. Areas to improve, Ajit. See, the starting, you started with talking about 5 things you took from the Google. That was like too quick and too less a time for us to get into our minds. Okay. May I ask you why you started like that?
Okay, I just wanted to give a different kind of introduction, so that is why I tried with that.
Okay. So, friends, this is for everyone, friends. Okay. See, the good news is we'll be learning in the next sessions, coming sessions to come, we'll be learning about how to make a powerful PowerPoint. Okay. So, the good news is, friends, some of you might be wondering, what if these points don't go to the minds of the people because there's so many points there? For example, when Arun sir spoke about VUCA, remember? VUCA? So, so volatility, I remember, then U, I don't, and C, I don't, maybe A, I don't, because, it's like all new words, so it'll be difficult for audience to, grasp everything at one go. But that's where PowerPoint comes into picture. So, Ajit, if you, when you speak on such things, when there's so many points you give them, we always should back it up with a PowerPoint. How to make a powerful PowerPoint, we'll talk about that. So, but without the PowerPoint, it looks more like a weak start. Okay.
Okay.
So, if you want to give so many points in the beginning, do it with the help of a PowerPoint. Right. Secondly, good news, friends, is Ajit, that your R fillers have drastically come down compared to last time. You're like the R fillers, we call them the R fillers, they have drastically come down. So that's good news. Okay, a little more practice is required. One major problem in the entire session you did today is complete lack of eye contact. Were you
Okay.
reading the book there?
No, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I have a different camera setup today, so I just forgot that the camera is in here.
Okay, so it seemed as if you're reading the points from somewhere, and that's why you couldn't look at us into the lens. Okay,
Okay.
so remember, friends, this is a common point for everyone. Public speaking is not about perfection; it's about connection, and that connection happens when you look into the lens and you speak to people as if you're speaking to us, right? Okay. uh Positives again, like as usual, your voice always, I like your voice, it suits very well for public speaking. If you, after finishing your chartered accountancy, if you want to be a public speaker, let me know, because you actually, your voice suits to be a professional speaker. And having said that, it's for everyone, friends, people who are watching this video. If you have this zeal of being a professional speaker, let me know, we can work together. And it's not just about building a skill, you never know, you can also make it one more profession of yours, right? So Ajit, I like your smile. Okay. And I liked your 2 points. You talked about life-changing goals, and you talked about being specific, and you also talked about making a plan for it. Right. So all right, it's a good show. Only thing is, I felt a little more practice is required, and the starting is a little weak. We need to work on that. Okay. So good
Yes, sir.
job, Ajit. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Eye contact. Don't forget it next time.
Okay, sir.
Right. Super. Okay, so before I take it forward, is there any one more person who wants to speak now? One last person, one last opportunity. Who wants to use it? Anyone? You want to try, Pooja? Okay, I expected the answer. Anyway, so friends, okay, let's take it forward. So everyone, look at the slide now. Okay, this is what we covered so far. Well said, Arun sir. Friends, Arun sir says, try now, you not get this chance again in life. Very true. Friends, please understand, okay, to add to what Arun sir says, please understand that, this is a very safe environment, friends. Okay, I want to repeat it again and again for you. What we're having in these sessions now, this is a very safe environment. Okay, all the participants are just learners of public speaking, right? And it's a safe environment where you make mistakes, you're eligible to make mistakes and learn from that, right? So please use these opportunities. If you cannot take the daring step to do it here, you'll find it all the more difficult to do it in the live situations, right? Okay, exactly. The baby steps will help you to climb the podium tomorrow. Very well said, sir. Thank you. Okay, so friends, please use these opportunities. I cannot force you to speak here, right? So please make sure you take time every day and practice. You know the strategies now, so use them and come back and speak here and build your skill, right? So let's do a quick recap. So we understood to speak with power, we need to have clarity on talk, the king phase, the introduction, the core, the ending, and practice plus evaluation. So let's go to topping on the ice, right? So what is topping now, friends? We've got to learn 7 essential elements. Take a fresh page, put the heading, topping on the ice. Take a fresh page, friends, put heading, topping on the ice. So we're going to learn 7 essential elements. Now we know that how to make the speech, how to introduce, how to deliver the core, how to end the speech, how to practice the whole thing, how to evaluate. We know everything now, right? If you want to go tomorrow on the stage and give a speech, you know you have the tools ready now, right? But that tools with little professionalism will add more value to your speech. And there are 7 essential elements for that. Please make note of them. What is topping on the ice? TOPPING. 7 letters. Those are the 7 essential elements, friends. Right? So the first one is T. Write down technical aspects. Please make note of it. T stands for technical aspects. As a speaker, when you go on the stage or when you do sessions online like this, a few technical aspects you have to keep in mind so that you will not have any hindrances with respect to technicalities. So T stands for technical aspect. We'll be learning what technical aspects you have to take care of. The next one, O. Please write down the much awaited lesson, overcoming stage fear. Then we'll be, after learning technical aspects, we will go into overcoming stage fear. I want to repeat again and again that stage fear is a very common phenomena, right from the beginner to world class, wherever you are as a speaker. Stage fear is a common phenomena, even for the top speakers. When they go on the stage, little butterflies in the stomach is very, very common. But how to overcome that stage fear, the fastest way possible, we'll be talking into that. Okay, that's O. So T is technical aspects and O is overcoming stage fear. Then comes P, please write down it in powerful PowerPoint. Please make note of it. So P stands for powerful PowerPoint. We're learning how to create a powerful PowerPoint that impacts the audience and gives the right message to them. Do you know majority of people, they make PowerPoints like documents. They just copy a huge content of data and paste it on the PowerPoint, and they keep reading those sentences. And that is a very, very old traditional approach of doing PowerPoint. We have come a long way from that. The possibility is, friends, every speech you're going to give, you're going to talk to this generation people or the next generation kids, right? So it's important you match their pace, you match their creativity. So we'll learn how to make a powerful PowerPoint. Then the fourth one, TOPP. P again stands for psychological aspects. We'll also learn a few psychological aspects as to how you can be a better speaker on the stage or online, right? The next one is internalizing your speech. We don't want to mug up things, okay? We don't want to sound as if we have mugged up the concept and we're trying to puke it on the stage. No, we want to internalize it and speak it with passion, right? So how do you do that? We'll be talking about this. And then the next one, we'll be talking about need to know the audience. Please make a note of it. The need to know the audience. Friends, do you know that no matter who you are, no matter what you speak, there is a small percentage of audience who may not like your speech. You cannot convince everyone, agree? But a majority of them, you will be able to connect with them and give the right message to them. But you should not, in the process, you should not be worried, or you should not be, you know, your internal communication should not go wrong because of the small percentage. You should know how to handle your audience irrespective of who they are. That's a big lesson we're talking about. Need to know the audience. We know the basic is equal, above and below, but we're going to dive deeper and see how to handle audience in a very appropriate way. And the last lesson, number seventh essential element, is get the claps. So finally, you learn how to master and get the claps, a few extra bonus tips to end our topping the ice, right? So to do a quick recap, friends, there are 7 essential elements. Number 1, technical aspects. Number 2, overcoming stage fear. Number 3, powerful PowerPoint. Number 4, psychological aspects. Number 5, internalizing the speech. Number 6, need to know the audience. And number 7, get the claps. And that's what makes it topping on the ice. Did you make a note of them? Type done in the chat box, please. Good. So let's go one by one. The first one is technical aspects. So take a fresh page, put the heading, technical aspects. Can you see the slide? Type yes, please. Okay. So in the session, 7 essential elements, the first one is technical aspects. So friends, now please make a note of them. We'll be in topping on the ice. T stands for technical aspects. I'm going to talk about a few rules and regulations which you're going to keep in mind, especially when you go on the stage. Why? Because if these small things are ignored, even though you have prepared so thoroughly, even though you practiced so effectively, your speech might still be a flop on the stage if these small things are ignored, right? So let's go one by one. So do you know, friends, for example, just imagine this. You go on the stage, you have made a great content. So you have the talk, clarity of talk, you have the clarity of talk, you use the 12 strategies or ABC and made a great introduction. We made the core content with the numbers game and 3-part system. And the ending, you made one of the strategy called close. So you use the 5 clusters so powerfully. You practice so thoroughly. Just imagine this. And you are so powerful now. You want to go on the stage and deliver a powerful message. But do you agree, my friends? If on the stage, if there's a lighting problem, okay, so people, you're not visible. You go on the stage, but lighting is so poor, you're not visible to them. Or the mic has got some disturbance. Every time you make a sentence, there's a lot of disturbance, so people can't hear your sentences properly. Or the slides you make are not clearly visible. Just imagine this. So you are so thoroughly prepared, but because of these small issues like lighting or the mic or the slides going blurred, do you think the impact comes down? Yes or no, friends? Isn't it? After all the efforts we put in, after all the practice we did, if you imagine, if you go on the stage and your mic doesn't sound properly, or if the slides don't show the way you're supposed to show them, all those, they bring down the quality of your speech, isn't it? So we don't want that to happen. A few teeny meeny things if we can take care of, a few small things if we can keep in mind, these issues will not happen. And that's what we call as technical aspects, right? So let's go one by one. Right on the first point, friends, reach the place at least 1 hour before. This may sound simple, but it's very important. If you are the speaker, it is your responsibility, friends, to reach the place at least 1 hour before your speech. Please make a note of that. Remember, we want to make a heroic entrance like in the movies. And that is possible, friends, if everything is intact, right? But if you just go in the last minute in a hurried way and you go on the stage and things are not right, and that kills the heroic entrance, right? So please make sure that you reach the place at least 1 hour before. If your session is at 4 o'clock, as shown by little fellow on the slide, make sure you come by 3 o'clock, right? Did you make a note of it? Type yes. Good. Now, tip 2, make a note of it, laptop and projector. The second thing you got to take care of. So first one is you go 1 hour before. Please remember, friends, if you are the speaker, you want to create the best speech there, go 1 hour before. Number 2, you need to understand a few things about your laptop and projector. You should know how to connect your projector to the laptop, right? You should, so these small things you got to know. I know so many speakers who come, but they have no idea about these small things. And if the technical guy is not available there are a lot of occasions where the projector doesn't work on time, or the laptop has some issues, or they don't know how to connect it, or the audio doesn't come. So there are a lot of technical issues because of which the impact we want to create may come down, friends. So you go 1 hour before anyways. So please make sure you have a laptop and you got to connect to the projector. I have seen my company's MD coming 2 hours before for a board meeting speech itself. Fantastic, isn't it, sir? If they can do it, friends, we can do it. Thank you, Arun, sir, for supporting the point. Right. So, friends, laptop, you need to understand that these days, the laptop you have, it only has a HDMI, supporting device. Okay, so which means previously we used to have this VGA connection. You know what it means? Laptops, if you know about laptops, friends, the laptop will have two kinds of ports. One is a VGA, one is HDMI. What it means is very simple. You see the slide there on the right side, you see a small connector there, that small holes with the blue one there, that's VGA. Okay, did you understand, friends? I repeat again, let me annotate it for you. Can you see this here? Right, so that's, friends, yeah, so that's called the VGA. Okay, so if you remember the olden laptops, previously they used to have the same connector on the laptop itself. So, but today, if you observe the recent laptops don't come with a VGA connection availability. So they come with HDMI. But the bad news, yeah, because HDMI is far more superior, you're right. Because HDMI is have more clarity, right? So it will have more clarity. But the bad news is many projectors. So you take your laptop has got HDMI port. It doesn't have the VGA port. But when you go to some place, take your laptop there, you want to connect to the projector. Those projectors, even to this day, they still have this VGA option. So I agree, there are recent projectors have HDMI connectivity, but most of the projectors still have the VGA connectivity itself. So you take your laptop with a great PowerPoint, but then you go there, you realize your laptop has no VGA connectivity, but the projector needs VGA connectivity. There you go blank. So I humbly request you that you talk to the host of the speech meeting, ask them if they have the VGA to HDMI connector. The picture you see there on the right is the VGA to HDMI connector, friends. You want that connector, friends. Remember that. Either they have the facility to connect to HDMI laptop, or the connector should be there. This looks like a small thing, but without a connector, sometimes projectors don't work. I mean, they can't showcase your laptop stuff, right? Did that make sense? Type yes, please. Good. So let me repeat one more time. Our latest laptops have got HDMI option. but projectors have VGA option, some projectors. So HDMI laptop, VGA projector don't go hand in hand. There should be a connector. The one you see there is the HDMI connector, right? That need to be there for your laptop to function with the projector. So please make sure you carry it. It will cost you, I think, 450 rupees. If you are a person who want to conduct regularly, you want to go on the stage and speak, buy it and keep it with you. Even otherwise, find out from them if they have the connector, right? And then because you anyway go 1 hour before, it is necessary that you connect your laptop to the projector and check once and you got to play the opening slide, friends. Okay. 1 sec. Okay. And also make sure yeah. And also make sure you play the welcome slide. Yes, sir. So, and also make sure, friends, that you play the welcome slide on the screen. You go back to the last seat in the auditorium. You sit in the last seat and just observe if that is visible or not. Clear? So I repeat, you go 1 hour before, you have the HDMI VGA cable. Please take care of that. Don't get into a mess at the last minute. And also play the welcome slide. What a welcome slide you have, play the welcome slide, and then sit at the last seat and just watch it if it's clearly visible or not. This minimum precaution you got to take so that your PowerPoint shouldn't be a flop when you start speaking. Clear? Type clear in the chat box, please. Good. So 1, go 1 hour before. 2, please make sure your laptop and projector are connected and well before the audience reach the auditorium. Number 3. What about having a laptop backup if your laptop does not start? Good question, sir. Yes, you can always make sure that you have a backup of a laptop, or you can ask your, pen drive definitely helps. Alternatively, you can also ask one of your close friends to just carry their laptop along with it, so that for safe side purposes. Now, there's one problem, friends. With the pen drive, there's one problem. The problem is, which PowerPoint are you using? That's the question. For example, right now, the PowerPoint you're watching, which I'm showing you, is Office 365, the latest one. Okay. So we have MS Office 2007, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2013, 2015, 2019. So different versions of MS Office are available. And then we have this Office 365, the latest one, right? So if you, for example, if I made my PowerPoint on my laptop with Office 365, and then I give a lot of animations and stuff to it, and then for a backup, I take it in a PowerPoint. So for example, I save it and copy in the PowerPoint in the pen drive. And in case my laptop doesn't work, I go to the venue and then I ask some host there to provide a laptop because my laptop is not working as a backup. So I take their laptop and connect it. But if their PowerPoint version, MS Office version is 2007, most of my PowerPoints don't open. Making sense? Or even if they open, the animations may not play, the fonts may change. So a lot of hurdles may come at the last minute. So my request to you would be, instead of having a pen drive, always try to have, pen drive is the last option we have, but try to have a friend of yours who is having the same version of your PPT. Also carry the laptop with them if you want a backup. Make sense? Type yes. We can't take chances, friends. After all this thorough preparation, you can't get worried there because your PPT is not playing today, because you might have practiced with the help of PPT. That's why. Okay, good. So that's the second one about the laptop and projector. Go to the third one now, laptop and speakers. Please put the next heading, laptop and speakers. Now, it's always nice. It's always nice and professional. How to create powerful PowerPoints. We'll talk about that, Manoj. We'll be learning in the next sessions to come. How to create powerful PowerPoint. We'll talk about it. So the next one is laptop and speakers. Friends, not a rule though, but it's always nice and professional that when you go to give a speech, and if you are the first speaker there, even before the audience come and sit. Once you connect your laptop and a projector, it's always nice and professional to play some light music at the background. Do you know that? So have you seen I doing it when we come, like, you know, when I come at 10:45, and if I get access, as now currently I'm not the host, so I have limited options here, but whenever I get a chance to come little early, and I always play little music, and yeah, the dancing dolls, yes, right, isn't it? So that way, it's always nice that you have some light music playing at the background while the audience come and sit. That gives a good ambience to this, to the audience who come and sit there. So like a good welcome slide, or good slides to watch, or good quotations to read on this, on the screen with the light music at the background, will make the ambience more effective for the audience to sit and wait for the speaker to come on the stage. Agree, friends? Type agree in the chat box. So this is one reason why we need speakers along while we speak on the stage. And secondly, remember, what is part 3 for us? When we make the core content, what is part 3, friends? Part 3, please type your answers quickly. What is our part 3? While delivering the content. Correct. Part 3 is 4 special attractions. No, it's not closing. No, not closing. Part 3, like core content, part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1 is authenticity, research data. Part 2 is personal experiences. Part 3, I said, fill with 4 special attractions. Correct? Right. So in that, I said, if possible, use apt videos. So one of the things you can do on the stage when you deliver a content, you can always show an apt video along with that. So even when you want to show such videos, we need speakers, right? So for 2 reasons. One, to create the ambience, even before you start speaking, we need the speakers. And 2, if you're showing a video in between, we need the speakers, right? And here's the bad news. Again, there's a technical aspect here. The laptop speaker, the laptop will have a small cord, okay, but the amplifier there available for the mic they use, it has got a big cord. So which means one we can do is we can always carry our laptop speakers or Bluetooth speakers. So that's one best thing we can do. How do you use speakers? One thing you can do is always carry your own speakers, friends, maybe Bluetooth speakers or some speakers. And you got to ask the host there to give you 2 mics, one mic for you to speak and one mic to keep it at the speakers. Make sense? So that way it will be sufficient. Or alternatively, look at the slide there. You see the right side, you see the pin there. That big pin, it goes into the amplifier. That small pin, it goes into the laptop. Okay. Can I dictate the points I'm saying? Yes, I can do it rather. Okay. Yeah, the audio and video jacks. Right, sir. So if you look at the slide, friends, on the right side, I gave you a small pin and a big pin there. The small pin suits the laptop. The big pin suits the amplifier. If you don't have this, you cannot connect your laptop to the speakers there. The auditorium will have speakers already. If you want your laptop sound to be heard in those speakers, the small connecting should be there. The small jack should be available. Audio jack should be available. And unfortunately, in many places, it may not be available. So you have to double check these small things with the host well in advance, so that in case it's not available, maybe they can make it available, or alternatively, you can carry your own speakers. So we'll have no hindrance in showing our video. Or else it doesn't make any sense, right? We can't show a video without the audio. It doesn't have any impact on the audience. Agree? So that's why when you want to use speakers, please take care of these small aspects. Okay, so make a note of it. You want notes, make a note of it. Point 1, you know, just go 1 hour before, so that we know. Point number 2, make a note of it. Just write down laptop and projector. For that, write this small sentence there. Once you reach 1 hour before, please make a note of it. Once you reach 1 hour before, please connect your laptop to the projector. Once you reach 1 hour before, please connect your laptop to the projector and sit in the last row and observe the visibility. sit in the last row and observe the visibility. Also ensure, same point, continuation, also ensure you have a VGA to HDMI connector, VGA to HDMI connector if required. Also ensure you have a VGA to HDMI connector if required. Friends, believe me, friends, after spending hours and hours and hours of hard work in making a PPT, if you cannot show it on the stage, it will be like a handicap, right? So please make sure if the small connector can spoil the whole thing. So please make sure you have it there or you carry it. Okay. Point 3, laptop and speakers. Please make a note of it. Laptop and speakers. Make sure that the audio jack is available. Make sure that the audio jack is available to connect the laptop to the speakers, to connect the laptop to amplifier actually. Make sure the audio jack is available to connect your laptop to the amplifier. In case it's not available, carry Bluetooth speakers or laptop speakers and ask for an extra mic. In case the audio jack is not available, carry laptop speakers or Bluetooth speakers and ask for an extra mic. Okay, ask for an extra mic. Again, I tell you, friends, I'm doing a lot of research. After searching and searching, you found a very apt video. You show that video, it makes the impact more powerful to the audience. You have the video in your laptop now, but if the audio doesn't work, again, that would be a problem on the stage, right? So please make sure you know how to connect the laptop to speakers. And you do all this, friends, when you reach there 1 hour before. That's why you got to go early, right? Done, type done. Good. Let's go to the next point now. Next important aspect is make a note of it. Lighting. Put the heading, lighting. This can be a major issue, friends, if we neglect it. Lighting. See, on the stage, lighting should be like, it should be like something like, we call it max, min, max. Please make note of it. Lighting, write down max, min, max. Right? So what does it mean? You've got to make sure that on the stage, where you have the screen, where you project your PowerPoint, you got to have minimum light there. And where you stand, you got to have maximum light there. Okay. So, in many cases, what happens is if there's bright light on the stage everywhere, they cannot see your slides. If the lighting is so dim for the projector, for the people to see your slides, you're not visible. So that's not going to be a good combination. So maximum light where you stand, minimum light for the slides, and maximum light where you can go and stand again at some other place. If you want to move, you can move from here and there. You got to have maximum light again. You got to talk to the technical guy, friends. Please remember this point. I personally suffered many a times because of this lack of this knowledge. You got to go 1 hour before and you got to talk to the technical guy and ask him where are the switches for the lights. It may happen that, sometimes you have only 1 or 2 lights, bright lights, and people want to see you. When you want to show a very important slide, maybe you want to dim those lights, show the slide, again, put those lights on so that they can see you. Or you're playing a video. You switch off those lights. They see the video, you switch on those lights and they see you, right? You should know where those switches are. You should know which switch is for which. There are many occasions where they switch off and the projector goes off. Believe me, it happens. You switch off one switch and then the projector goes off. Again, for the projector to switch on and for the PPT to again just connect it takes at least 5 minutes. And such an embarrassing gap of 5 minutes in the middle of your speech. Agree, friends? Even an audience light should be dim, right? Yes, sir. Not, I mean, frankly speaking, it depends upon the auditorium, sir. If there's a huge gap between the stage and the audience, then it shouldn't be a problem, sir. Right? So these small technical aspects, friends, they create an havoc to our speech. They become obstacles to our smooth flow, right? So there are many occasions, like I have to go running and switch off, and I can come back running and do things like that. So, and we hit this wrong switches, and then the whole thing collapses. So it doesn't work that way. So talk to the light guy, if possible, let him be there throughout the session, let him operate the switches, or at least find out where the switches are so you can operate it appropriately, so that the whole show looks very smooth and professional. Agree? So please make a note of that point there. Please write down this sentence. Talk to the technical guy. Talk to the technical guy and find out. Talk to the technical guy and find out the appropriate switches. The appropriate switches to operate lights on the stage. Appropriate switches to operate lights on the stage. There's this one particular occasion where I went on the stage, and it was like school students there, almost like 500, 600 students, big auditorium. And we switched on something, and the whole auditorium became dark. And you should look at the way they started shouting, the school boys, right? So it's like one wrong switch, and then the whole auditorium became so dark, and people started screaming and shouting, and we didn't know what to do. So it was like a chaos. So we don't want that to happen, friends. Yeah. So please make sure you take care of the lighting also. And one more thing, okay, when you switch off the lights and see if the PPT is visible, again, I would recommend you go to the last row, you sit there as an audience, and you watch the slide and see if it's clearly visible. So take the small cares so your PPT will be effective for the audience. Number 5, write down the microphone. Number 5, the microphone. This can be another big hurdle if not properly taken care of, right? So friends, a few things to remember here. Number 1, you got to find out whether they're using a phone. Which microphone are they giving you? Are they giving a mic with the wire, the mic without the wire, or it's a column mic? You just have to find out that first. If it's a mic with the wire, you've got to see the length of the wire, and that's important because you should know how much you can move on the stage. I repeat again, these things look minute, but you actually feel the pain of it when you go on the stage and if they don't cooperate with you, right? So these small technical aspects, please remember. First one, if they're giving you a mic with a wire, you got to make sure you can see how much you can move with the wire. If they're giving you a cordless mic, one of the biggest mistake they can do is they could have given you a cordless mic with the battery low. You start speaking, and then half the way you're going to give it some important point, and then it's gone, and the battery is dead. And so yeah, that's what happens. So people can't listen to you. You keep talking, but they can't listen to you, right? So that doesn't work. So make sure you always insist that the mic you're using, they replace the battery before you with a new one. Also, you got to always have a backup of one more mic ready available there, so that in case something happens here, you take the next one and continue without any disturbance. Looks simple, but when you really face it, you're going to understand the impact of it, right? Also, generally when sessions happen in big auditoriums, you always have technical guys there who operate the audio system for you. It is your responsibility to go 1 hour before, take the mic, ask him to switch it on, speak once, check whether everything is fine, check the volume, check everything. Okay, check whether the battery, check the volume. Once everything is done, ask him to adjust, maybe the bass, maybe the volume, ask him to adjust and check if it suits you properly. And once you're happy, once you're satisfied with the volume and with the mic, tell him very clearly, my dear friend, don't adjust in between. These technical guys sometimes can be a problem for us. You know, they take the decisions as we are speaking, they increase the volume halfway through, or they decrease the volume. Now that disturbs us, you know. I'm talking practically as to how it impacts our flow. I'm speaking and suddenly the volume raises, or that sound comes, you know, that sound when the volume is very high, the sound comes. So all those things can be minimized if we go a little early and adjust things and tell him very clearly, boss, this is exactly how I want it. Till my session gets over, do not touch the volume. Don't do anything else. Leave it like that. I'm happy with this. In case, after saying that, in case the last row audience will shout and say, we can't hear you, you got to ask him to increase the volume according to your concern, not according to his wish. Clear? Type clear. Super. These things look a little technical, but we want to ensure after all the hard work we put in, we want to have a smooth speech happening. Actually, these are minute things, friends, right? But got to take care of. The last tip for technical aspects, the presenter. Okay, please make note of it. The last tip is the presenter. Always make sure you have a presenter with you. If you want to speak regularly, buy it, invest in it. It will cost you 1,500 to 2,000 rupees, right? 1,500 to 2,000 is all it costs you, and it works for lifetime if you carefully use it. So make sure you have a presenter, or ask the host to make sure he gives you a presenter, because that gives you a better professional look, my friends. It's very simple to use and gives you a real good look on the stage. You go on the stage, you keep speaking, use your body language, and you know, when you talk, the next point, the next slide comes in, that's like, wow. It looks so very professional and so looks so smooth, and the transition looks wonderful. Okay, so the presenter, and also the good news, presenters come with this laser light. Okay, so you're speaking on a big stage and then you want to point out a particular point on the slide, you can always, you know, use a laser light and show that exact point you're talking about there. It gives a good look, friends. Okay, the presenter. So gone were days, you know, when you got to, you have some, and please do the, if you use a presenter, awesome. If you don't use a presenter, I understand, but please do not let somebody else handle your slides. I repeat, don't get into the habit of somebody else sitting there handle the slides for you, and every time you say next slide, and that fellow will sit and click the next button, and somebody clicks 2 times and the next slide comes after that, and then you can say, no, go back. All that, you're creating a disconnection between you and the audience. Don't do that. You operate it. Your laptop, keep it with you. You operate the next slide. Or the best thing is use a presenter and you operate it, but don't give it to somebody else, because that can create a mess. Clear, friends? Type clear. Good. So 6 things we learned. Let's do a quick recap. Okay, so, you know, so just think of this. The main problems we talked about is, 1 is a mic disturbance, 2 is lighting disturbance, 3 is a slide disturbance. All 3 will be covered if you follow the 6 tips. Agree? So many things at the same time. What do you mean, Pooja? You know, Pooja, actually all this takes hardly 20 minutes time. Yeah, hardly. You go 1 hour before, you just 20 minutes, you just, it's more like a checklist. Okay, is the mic fine? Good. Is the battery there? Good. Lighting? Good. Switches? Good. Slides? Okay, good. So presenter? Yes. The audio jack? Yes. So it's more like a checklist, Pooja. Okay, it's not that you should worry about it. It's nothing too technical, but a few things like a checklist. Little things can leave a huge impact. Very true, right? Good. So number 1, that is why the first tip itself says always reach at least 1 hour before. So all these things can be taken care of in a very smooth way. So then I said, connect the laptop projector, have the VGA HDMI cable connector if required, and play the opening slide if possible with the music. By the time the audience come into the auditorium, they should feel like, wow, a good stunning slide there with some nice soothing music. That's how they should come to your session. Let that be the idea. So for the soothing music to happen, connect your laptop to speakers, have this jack, audio jack, or at least have some speakers handy. The fourth one, lighting. Okay, make sure how it is operated there. So just check in case you have to switch on or switch off, find it from the technical guy there, know the switches. The max, min, max, remember that. Max for you, minimum for the slides, and max again for you. The next one is the microphone, most important of all, because if that doesn't work properly, the chances are you may lose the audience. So have a new battery and make sure that you talk to technical guy, have the right volume adjusted, check, 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 always check. Even before audience come into the auditorium, take the mic and check. And then, you may ask me, what if I'm the second speaker? What if I'm not the first speaker? If only someone speaks and then I got to speak, what to do then? That's good news then, because everything is set up already. So the mic is working well because he spoke before you and then you speak. The only thing you got to ask him is ask him to kind of replace with a new battery. Right? So you can always check once. And generally, I think, friends, even if like one speaker speaks and then if you speak, the next one is your speaker, generally there's a high possibility there's a small break in between. Agree? Do you agree, friends? Even if you are the second speaker, first speaker speaks and then you got to speak, generally there's a high possibility of you having a small break in between. That break can be the time you can use to check these small things. Okay, Radha, explain the fourth point again. Fourth point is very simple, Radha. The lighting, it's about the lighting, right? Where you play the slides, the screen where you play the slides, that screen should have minimum lighting so that the audience can look at the slides with clarity. And where you stand and speak, you got to have maximum light for people to look at you, right? So you got to make sure the arrangement is such. Sometimes it may happen that there's no such arrangement. In that case, what you can do is, whenever you show a very important slide or whenever you play video, you can switch off the lights for those moments. For that, you need to have clarity as to where the switches are and which switch to operate. Okay. Okay, I have a basic doubt. In all these sessions, we mention who the audience are. Is this specific to our session? In real life public live session, should we mention in our content who the session is for anywhere? Okay. Arun sir, I did not fully get your question. Can you unmute and speak, please? Sir, you can unmute.
In all our sessions, we mention who the audience are,
Right.
above and below. I feel this is only for this session. In a real life public speaking, should we anywhere mention who the audience or to whom the content is meant for?
No, sir. The whole idea is we wanted people who are learning this course to understand that we cannot make the same content for every audience.
Okay.
If there's above level audience, the way we build content is different.
Understood.
If it's below level, the way we deliver or the way we build the content is different. So we just want people to understand that your audience, to know your audience is so important. So try to keep in mind who your audience are. Just imagine who your audience are and build your content accordingly is what I'm trying to suggest, sir.
Okay. This is only for our internalizing.
Exactly.
Got it. Thank you.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So Radha, you clear with the fourth point? Type yes. Super. Okay, then the fifth point I mentioned is about the microphone. So please make sure you take precautions and take the mic once and ask it not to change the volume. And the last one is the presenter. Carry it, buy it, or ask for it, but have it. Okay, it adds professionalism, friends. So those are the 6 simple tips on technical aspects. So now we're done with the dropping on the ice. Now we know the T already. So let's jump into O. O stands for overcoming stage fear. So take the next fresh page and put the heading overcoming stage fear. Overcoming stage fear. So how to overcome stage fear? Okay. Friends, how to overcome stage fear? Now we are in the O, right? So topping T is done. We're in the O now. O stands for overcoming stage fear. Friends, if you want to overcome stage fear, with the 3 lessons we'll be learning in this. Yeah, right. Thank you, Ajit. So there are 3 important lessons we'll be learning, friends, to overcome stage fear. Make a note of them. Lesson 1 is called the 5P strategy. Lesson 1 is the 5P strategy. Lesson 2 is the 5 yes strategy. 5P strategy. Lesson 2, 5 yes strategy. And lesson 3 is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, that's a lesson. Lesson 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So what is 5P strategy? What is 5 yes strategy? And what is A, B, C, D, E, F, G? We'll learn it next Sunday, right? So overcoming stage fear, how to do that, we'll be learning in the next session, next Sunday. But before we do that, okay. Yeah, you can unmute and speak, Ajit, if you have a question. Yes. Yes, Ajit, you can speak.
Okay, sir, I have a question that you have said that in introduction we can try different kind of skill like we can sing or dance or anything. But
Right.
my question is that can we try that means uh, dancing or singing? Like specifically, I'm talking about the singing part because today's session I have just thought of trying a song which links with this topic very much. Like it's had a connection with the topic. So is it okay that if we try that at the end of the session?
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, 3 things, friends. Okay, when you want to be different. Okay, thanks for the question, Ajit. If you want to use the strategy dare to be different, friends, by singing or dancing or magic or music or maybe beatbox, you can do anything. It's your skill, your talent. Okay, so you can do anything. But 2 things to follow. One, that should always be suitable to the topic, right? It should be very apt to the topic you're going to give. And secondly, you should be really good at that. You can't just come and sing because it suits, but if you cannot sing properly, again, that does not create a good impact at the beginning, right? And secondly, you got to keep it as short as possible. We're singing a song, maybe the first 2 lines or first 3 lines, that's it. If you're dancing, just a few moments, and that's if it suits the occasion, right? If you're doing a magic, for example, again, to suit the occasion. Anything you do to be different, do it for less time and do it with an impact, and then connect it to the topic you're going to speak. If these 3 qualify, yes, you can do it. I repeat again, 3 things. 1, you should be short and crisp. Number 2, it should be connecting to the topic. And 3, it should be done in an impactful way, right? If all 3 are in line, yes, you can use the strategy dare to be different. Arjit? Okay. So all your sessions like decoding the fear of public speaking with acronyms. Nice. Thank you, sir. Okay. So friends, Arjit, you said you want to try. You want to try. What is that song we would like to listen to? Yes, Arjit, I unmuted you. You can switch on your video and just go ahead. Yes, my friend.
Okay, sir. What I'm just trying to say that we can try this song at the very end of the session.
We're done with the session, sir, for today.
No, I'm just asking that is it okay that if we share a song, like we sing a song or something which actually links to the topic, and we do it at the very end? Because
Oh, you mean to say you want to sing at the end of your speech?
yes.
Okay, fine. See, remember I talked about the closing. I told you about an extraordinary example, right?
Mhm.
So how you can close it by challenge, looping. Remember that? Okay, by throwing
Yes.
an overview, or so, or you can summarize it, or you can give an extraordinary example.
Mhm.
So if you want to sing and you want to create an impact, because closing is so important, Ajit, right? Closing is a very important part of our speech. So if you're pretty sure that song suits the occasion, if you can do it very well, then yes, you can. For example, today your topic is goal setting, right?
Yes.
What song do you want to end it with?
Okay, I just wanted to a song that Elvis Presley is that wise man said like can't falling in love with you.
Okay,
Sorry, can't help falling in love.
okay.
So that was the song.
You want to sing?
You know, Vishal sir.
Go ahead, go ahead. We would love to listen to you.
Okay. Wise man say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. This is
Fantastic.
it.
Clap, clap. Everyone clap for him. Good job. You have a singer in you, Ajit. Nice. Friends, how do you like his song? Just type your comments in the chat, please. He would love to read. Nice. Okay, so if you want to end it that way, okay, nice. Ajit, if you want to end it that way, you can do it, provided the content done is like so effective so far. Okay, we did so well, and now we got to finish it there. And I would strongly recommend you do this. Once you finish singing that, play the original song in the background as the audience leave the auditorium.
Okay.
Right? So you're done with it. So you get the clap. Once the clap is done, play the same song. Let that be the song lingering in their mind as they walk off from the auditorium. That will give that cinematic effect to your song, right?
Yes.
So good, nice job. Okay, Ajit sing inside him. Okay, nice, sweet. Okay, friends. So that finishes our session for today. I hope it added some value to you. And my point is simple, friends. Learning will not be sufficient for mastery. You know this formula. I keep repeating it every time. Knowing is not knowing until you start doing, right? So you know how to build a speech now. You know how to practice. You know the introduction code. You know everything actually. Okay, just for the topping on the ice is an extra sprinkling to make you more professional. But the actual public speaking talent, you already build that skill already with these lessons. Okay, the topping on the ice will be extra flavor to make it look more polished, to make your speech more polished. But otherwise, you're actually good. Okay. So you conduct classes for CA students. Is it different from public speaking? Please clarify. Okay, so I have not seen your sessions, sir. So I don't know how you conduct it to CA students. Um, Sir, you can unmute and speak, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can speak.
Yeah. So I wanted to know the format. Is public speaking format different from the classes that I take normally, uh, or the purpose is completely different? Because my understanding is public speaking is about a general topic, or can it be a technical topic which is specific to a student or my peers also?
Yeah. So public speaking can be either general topic or a specific technical topic also, sir. It's not public speaking, like you're speaking to a public. That's the whole idea. So how you go on a stage and hold a lot of audience and create impact and teach them something. It
Wonderful.
need not necessarily be a general topic, sir.
Wonderful. Because I thought of taking all these good aspects in my classes also.
Definitely yes.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Good. Friends, any other questions? Any other questions? Good. So we'll call it a day for today then. We'll catch up next Sunday. And my dear friends, I request you with respect, please practice your speeches. You have the skeleton. Okay. Just focus on the skeleton. Remember the flow chart? That's the skeleton. Use the skeleton, make the content, practice, come, deliver. Use the opportunity, my dear friends. Right? Please use the opportunity. Keep coming and keep speaking. And if you have any questions, I'm just one phone call away. You know my WhatsApp number. It's 903 000 1012. I repeat, 903 000 1012. I'm just one phone call away. Yes, thank you, Radha. I'm just one phone call away. Call me anytime you have a question or message me if I don't pick up the call. At the best of my knowledge, I'll try to help you out. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great Sunday. See you next Sunday, 11 a.m. sharp. Thank you.